Alright guys, what is going on? Hope you're having a great afternoon. It's Friday. Cheers. So, oh, by the way, thanks for everybody subscribing, watching little episodes. Best way to support the channel is just watch the video all the way through. And it's free of charge. So, again, thank you guys for all your support. Alright, let's get into it. Dudley Ajan, whatever his name is. So I'll be a little bit more in depth in this than my video last night. My video last night was basically just shooting something out there, you know, because boy, the word was shooting through the wind, wasn't it? And speaking of that, we're about to get a heck of a storm. Phone just went off. Severe thunderstorm warning. Do I think Dudley had anything to do with it? No, I don't. A lot of people's asking me, you know, who all do you think's involved, Don? Who do you think is involved? I think with what all's going on, the way Summer disappeared and all that, I think a very limited number of people really know what happened to her, just because you know, the less people that know, the easier it is to get away with it. And that's true with you know, any criminal activity that criminals are doing. The less people know about it, the more likely you are to get away with it, you know. I mean, you got 3-4 people doing a crime, and you know, one gets cold feet or whatever, it's going to ruin it for everybody, you know what I mean? So the less people that know, the better. So I think that I think there's just a limited number of people that know what happened to Summer, and obviously those people are not talking. That's my opinion. So there's your answer on that. No, I don't think Dudley is involved in Summer's disappearance. What I do think, though, is Dudley, along with, you know, everybody else that's been up Beach Creek and on Ben Hill Road. Well, up on Ben Hill Road. We'll just say that. Everybody that's visited Ben Hill Road, they've got, I would say they have quite a bit of useful information, if you will, regarding stuff transpiring before Summer went missing. We'll just say that. Like Dudley, we'll just use Dudley for an example. You know, I heard that you know, Don was writing some weird stuff on the walls of the house he was working on. Dudley said that I think it was in the interview with some other YouTubers that Dudley had said that, you know, Don was letting, I think one of the boys, you know, smoke weed while he was helping him out and stuff like that. You know, that came from Dudley. And I do think that Dudley, because, you know, we've all seen the picture of the yellow SUV, which everybody is saying is Dudley's, you know, the Nissan Xterra. That's what it looks like to me. You know, parked up there in the driveway. I think Dudley knew the going-ons up on Ben Hill Road, along with a lot of other people, and all of that is very useful information when it comes to Summer Wells and, you know, the investigation into what happened to Summer Wells. But is it enough to arrest anybody? Well, obviously not yet. You know, I'm sure the TBI has interviewed Dudley and his wife. You know, they've interviewed, God, I mean, Leslie even said it herself. She said they've interviewed, I think she said around 170 people or around, over 170 people. Anyways, like around, I'll just say around 170 people. So you have to stop and think, who was the 170 people that they interviewed? And to be honest with you, the way, you know, Dawn and Candus lived, I really didn't know that they knew that many people up here. You know, I'm sure that they knew like Allie, Hunter, True, and all them, you know, everybody kind of in that little group there. They probably knew Jody Sue and Andy and whoever hung out with them. I tell you, probably a lot of it was may have been a lot of people that, you know, went to church. You know, that probably accounts for a lot of the people that they interviewed. You know, the Seventh-day Adventist church that they go to, I'd say TBI, they probably interviewed everybody that went to that church. You know what I mean? But I think the most useful information coming out of anybody interviewed is probably going to be the inner circle of Ben Hill Road and the you know, kind of like the inner circle around Summer, because we don't know who all was coming and going before Summer went missing up there. And we don't know who all has been coming and going on Ben Hill Road after she's been gone. We just don't. There's a few people that do. But that's what I'm saying. Not many people are going to know what happened to Summer, because, I mean, even if it was planned, there's probably not going to be a lot of people that know, because you just don't want, I mean, yeah, like I said, the more people involved, the more complicated it gets and the easier it is to get caught. And the more people involved, the more chances of someone talking and just spilling the beans and getting everybody in trouble. So, I mean, if it comes down to just two people or one person knowing what happened to Summer, it just makes it even that much more difficult to solve the case. But I think through you know, phone records, witness statements, figuring out who all was coming and going before Summer went missing, you know, that you put all that together. Obviously, still to this day, it's not been enough to arrest anybody. But who knows? I mean, look at the case involving the, you know, Orrin and Orson. What, 2 years there, huh? So, I mean, it's one thing to be able to arrest somebody, but it's another thing. That's I think that's what a lot of people forget too. I mean, everybody's like, how come there's not been an arrest? How come there's not been an arrest? I mean, you can arrest somebody for probably spitting on the ground, but prosecuting that person's a whole nother ball game. I mean, you know, it takes 5 minutes to arrest somebody, but to prosecute them it takes months, sometimes years. I mean, look at Megan Boswell. I mean, look how long it's going to take to prosecute her now. So that's just what I'm saying. I mean, it took maybe 2 months to get her arrested. Now it's going to take years to prosecute her. So Yeah, I think the easy part's getting sometimes the easy part's getting someone arrested. Sometimes it's hard too, because you gotta have enough evidence to arrest them. So it's, I think whatever happened this summer was definitely well planned out. Because if it wasn't, I do feel like there would have been an arrest made already. Of course, that's just my opinion. That's what I think. And it's going to come down to, witness statements, how people were acting, what people were saying before Summer went missing, and again, that back to Dudley. What if he's in jail and he's like, and he remembers something, and he's like, I don't know if I told them that or not, but what if Dudley remembers something and is able to relay that information to police now, and it turns out to be something of major importance? You know what I mean? I'm not saying Dudley had anything to do with it, but I mean, what if he holds some knowledge that would actually help move the case forward? Him or his wife. Again, for that fact, I mean, same thing could go with Hunter. Same thing could go with Jody Sue. Everybody that was around Summer, period. I mean, with just one day out of the blue, someone could go, wonder if I told them this, because it's been a while. Or maybe they did tell them something, but there's some more that they forgot to tell that went along with it. Stuff like that. Y'all know what I'm saying. So, who knows? But, I mean, it doesn't surprise me. I mean, and again, with everybody associated, coming and going up on Ben Hill Road, it wouldn't be uncommon, and it doesn't surprise me to see this in the news, because that drug of choice seems to be the choice for Ben Hill Road. So it doesn't surprise me one bit. Do I think Dudley had anything to do with it? I feel like 95% no, he doesn't have anything to do with it. But again, he was exposed, I think, to some very useful information by being involved with the family and around Summer and all that stuff. I think Dudley, along with other people, has some very useful information that could help prosecute the case, once it gets to that point. That's just my opinion, guys. So, I hope that answers your questions, because I've had some, people been bombarding me, asking me more questions about Dudley. So I hope this sums it up. I just needed to do a good, long, thorough video about it. So I hope that explains how I feel about Dudley to everybody, and where I stand on Dudley. And basically the whole investigation altogether, quite frank. So let me know in the comments what you think. Hope you guys are having a great Friday. Hope you have a good weekend. And, hopefully this investigation will come to a head soon, and we'll figure out where that little girl's at, It's been long enough, guys. So I'll see you on the next video. Again, drop some comments. Let me know what you think. Peace out.